Hey, Shaun, let me know if this mug is on brand for me. See this mug?
Have a great day. Go fuck yourself. Nice. The underneath of the mug. I kind of knew something like that. Like it was like the backside or something. The underside had a someone
Something
flipping.
else.
Like yeah, I like it.
It was a
Hey,
gift. I didn't buy it.
happy Canada Day.
I didn't know.
Yeah. July
Oh,
1st. Canadian
oh wow.
Independence Day.
Oh, happy. I should be saying it to you then.
Well, also happy future American Independence Day for Thursday. And everyone listening,
Yes,
all the American listeners.
yes. 4th of July. Hey, what
4th of
what
July.
does what do Canadians do on Independence Day? Do you guys do fireworks and stuff? Or what do you guys do? How do you celebrate it?
Fireworks. It's
Mm.
also international. I think it's like the official moving day in Montreal or maybe in Quebec. All the leases start on July 1st.
Man, I think there's too many days like
Well, it's
that.
kind of
Like
annoying
random
because
shit.
everyone moves on the same day, so you can't get a moving
Mm.
truck.
That's so weird. I wonder why they made that an official day.
It's just kind of dumb. It is a great time for like scoring stuff on the sidewalk, use
Yes.
furniture and
Yeah.
art and crap and stuff.
Today's a big day. Speaking of days for us,
It's
today's the
not
first day.
it's not a big day.
Oh, we're not doing it.
I failed us.
What happened? Tell me. Tell everyone.
So we were supposed to have callers today, and then so I
Hmm.
picked. We put up a link,
Yep.
picked a couple callers. We got some emails, and I sent them emails, saying this is the link, this is when you log in. And one person was like, "Actually, I have to back out
Of course.
because this is too sensitive to discuss on the podcast,
Yeah.
and I'm scared that my partner is going to break up with me if this goes live."
It's funny because you know that this is a podcast and you know it's going live. I get a lot of this kind of stuff when I've done this where people backpedal last minute.
And then the other person just didn't reply to my email.
Yes. This is just typical internet behavior, man. I mean, you know this.
Yeah, and that's why we have a link and to a Google form, and there's all these questions. This is also really funny. There's these questions like, are you available at this time, right? The time of the
Right.
podcast. Do you consent to being recorded? Do you consent to us using the video? I got a whole bunch of emails where it was like, no, I'm not available at this time. And then they just kept filling the form out. And then a
Oh,
bunch of people
well, they were hoping you would say, okay, well, we'll give you another time. But we're like, we record the podcast at this time.
it's crazy. Or that's like,
Yeah.
no, I don't consent that you can use this. And then they fill out the form with the question.
Yeah.
So the deal is, if you want to come on the show, you have to consent to us using it. You have to be available when we're available, and you have to turn your video on.
You know, this is a great segue into a revelation I had this week, if you want to hear it.
Is it about ankle socks or for old people?
That's not a revelation. That's a um the ankle socks for old people, it would probably fall under terms, the terms
Let's put a
segment.
pin. Let's put a pin in the ankle sock, and I want to hear about your revelation.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm someone who throws everything at the wall, ideas. I try to put more weight on execution than just like ruminating on if something's going to work. And I really believe the universe will kind of meet you halfway on whatever is naturally potent and that lines up with your story and your gifts. And then you have to be aware of that and you kind of double down on that. And so I'm not saying we're not going to do callers, but like I just take stuff like this as information where it's like we do something, we see the response, it's data, and then we either double down on it or we adjust or pivot. And I feel like um, if you want to manifest things in this life, you have to kind of don't do it blindly and just say, oh, okay, we tried it this way, let's flip it, do it this way. The universe will meet me here. The universe won't meet me there. Take that as a sign, and then run with the other thing.
I like that a lot. I don't think we're ready to give up on callers. That was our
No,
first
no, no.
spaghetti. You know,
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm not saying giving up on. And you also have to know because there are people in this world that are like, um, whether it's dating, relationships, whatever they want in life, they try it once, or they just sit on the couch and say, well, it didn't come to me, so it's not meant to be. That's not what I'm talking about. That's just called lazy.
that's like me and blowjobs.
Is that why you haven't had one in over a decade? You just sit on the
Yeah,
couch and just say,
but I tried a bunch at first. That just wasn't a one-time shot. There was like two or three.
you sit on the couch and you cross your fingers and you say, well, if it doesn't come to me, then it wasn't meant to be.
No, no, no. You said, some people just try a thing once. I tried blowing dudes more than once because I wasn't
Oh,
sure if
okay.
I liked it or if it was going to work
Yes,
for me.
yes, yes, yes. You meant you doing it, not you receiving it. You do enjoy the receiving.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but the giving, you tried that once, and it was yeah. You've already told us it was like an elbow.
It was an elbow, but I tried a couple elbows. You know.
I don't get the elbow reference because an elbow looks nothing like a penis.
Yeah, but it's like sucking on an elbow isn't erotic. It's like not an erotic. It's like not
Oh, it's like
erotic.
a
It
right, right,
it just
right.
kind of felt like anything.
You
Like it just
okay? So you
wasn't.
didn't mean it literally. You didn't mean that it literally is like in the shape of an elbow or feels like an
That's right.
elbow.
That's
You're
right.
saying that it's that random. It's like that.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
nibbling on a kneecap. It just didn't
yeah.
do it. Didn't it didn't do it for me.
Nibbling on a kneecap. I like that phrase because of the N and the end. But um, elbows and kneecaps. Just thinking they're very left out as far as intimacy.
Well, I would
Even
say
like
that
fetishes. Who likes elbows and kneecaps? Nobody.
kissing behind a knee or the
Behind the knee,
inside of the elbow is pretty erogenous.
but not the kneecap or the elbow. Very
Not the
neglected.
kneecap. No, they get. I mean, you know about the weenus, right?
No, what's that? What's the weenus?
The
We're
weenus is
getting
the
into terms
skin.
now.
Well, I got another one after the. It's a little bit more depressing, but the weenus is the skin on your elbow that you can pinch really, really hard and you won't feel it.
Oh, how funny.
You
I
ever
thought that was
tried
called
that?
elephant skin. No, but why is it called weenus?
I don't know because it's funny.
Yes, I have tried that. It's almost numb.
It's almost numb. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
I
weenus.
thought that was called elephant skin, but that is the weenus. Okay, what's the other one?
So the term of the day that I have for you is called stealthing.
Oh, wow,
It's
that sounds dangerous.
it is dangerous. It's actually really bad. It's not. This is not a
Oh,
positive term.
okay.
Do you want to guess?
Yeah. Okay, give me a hint. Is it a sexual
It's re-
thing?
yeah, this is really putting you on. Most of my terms will be sexual things. Just
Okay,
FYI.
so it's obviously okay. So it's obviously aggressive, and also it's oh, I know what it is. I mean, it's in the word. I mean, it's basically there's an intruder. Like you're not even aware. You're not ready for it. It comes right. It's one of those things, and it's very intrusive and aggressive,
Yeah,
stealthing. So, um,
you're on the right path.
I mean, it sounds like sexual assault.
It actually is. It is sexual assault. It's taking the condom off without the person knowing.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, and it in some
That's
states
horrible.
is sexual assault.
Wow, I didn't even know they had a term for that.
That's how bad it is.
I didn't even know people did that. It just reminds me of like frat life or just some, idiots. Um, that's actually worse. To me, that's worse than just pure aggression because it's so it's so slippery. Pardon, it's so like manipulative.
It's
It's like dropping
deceitful.
roofies. It's just
It's
deceitful. That's what it
it's
is.
deceitful.
It's like
I'm not
dropping
gonna. Yeah, it's like date rape. I'm not gonna say that it's worse than any other form of sexual assault or abuse,
It's
but
all bad,
it's
man.
bad.
Yeah.
It's
It
all
is
bad.
bad. I never knew that was a thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bum you out and
Oh,
bring you down on
this
a
is how we're
Monday
starting,
morning.
huh? Yeah. People on their way to work listening to this, and this is how we're activating them instantly just on in
Well,
the morning.
I got to tell you, John, I have the longest list of things I want to talk to you about. You know that like every week I put together a list of things I can't wait to talk to you about.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let me do the ankle socks real quick.
Yeah,
It's not really a
great.
term, but that's where it would be. I was out to dinner with a bunch of friends, and I discovered I don't know if this is true, but I discovered that if you wear ankle socks, and those are pretty much all the socks I wear because it's Los Angeles. I wear sweats and fitness shit. I wear what's comfortable. I wear elastic. and I heard if you wear ankle socks, you're old. It's equivalent to Gen Z. Like when you were a young, in your 20s or in your teens, and you see your parents wearing shit like, I don't stonewash jeans, and you're like, oh, look at dad, you're so old. That's what ankle socks are today, I hear. And so I was like, that's all they wear. And I had this moment of, oh my God, I'm the dad that the kids are making fun of now. Is it
Well,
true?
so I have a lot to say about this. I also only wear ankle socks, and I've
we could,
noticed.
we could do better, Shaun.
Well, I've noticed that the pants are getting wider and the socks are getting longer.
Yeah, it's the 90s. So what's cool now is our tube socks.
The 90s are coming back.
They're already back.
What about chain wallets?
I don't think all the 90s are coming back. There's specific things coming back, not the fucking the whole decade.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, so I joined a running group now, and they say it's the new dating app, by the way.
Mm.
And
Oh, I want to talk about
runners,
that.
I will. Runners
Oh, yeah.
wear like longer socks. Also, do
Yes,
cyclists. So do cyclists.
but this is a trend. I just think ankle. Because once they said that, I was like reviewing my kind of like the end of The Sixth Sense, where you start reviewing the whole movie, like you start going back, and I was like, you're right. I haven't been seeing anyone wearing ankle socks at the gym, at the supermarket, and I was like, oh my God, I'm the old guy.
Yeah, more. I mean, for cycling, it makes sense. You get some like dust protection there if you're mountain
Yeah,
biking, but
yeah.
for regular lifestyle living, I don't know what the. I mean, I guess maybe less sunburn on your ankles or ticks.
Here's the thing. I'm not throwing them away. I'm not throwing. You know what? Also, I'm not a very tall person, and ankle socks make me look taller. If I start wearing socks that come up half my leg, I just look shorter, and I don't want that.
Yeah. Well, there's the.
I've
Well,
already
I mean,
I've already given up 1.5 inches because I used to have spiky hair. I used to have hair like you, and then I grew it long, so I lost that inch on top.
well, that's something else I wanted to talk to you about. It's not on the list, but I was thinking about this today. We're getting older.
Yes.
My hair is thinning in the back in the crown. I still have a really nice
Uh,
hairline in the front, but
oh,
not in the
right.
back.
When you were at our dinner
And I'm
table, you
not
looked down and we
willing
talked about this.
to
Yes.
use like Propecia or finasteride because of the potential side effects of watery semen and lower libido and all the hormonal stuff, even though it's small percent of the population that gets those. So what's your strategy?
So you're very lucky in that you have a shaped head. So if you decide, because once you start
When
losing the back and
I decide.
yeah, right, when you got to shave it, Shaun. You can't do the comb over. You can't grow it long. I mean, you're not going to. I could tell.
I
You
know.
just gotta shave it, buzz
Yeah.
it, and because you could also grow a nice full what is it called, the 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
I think you would look great. Me, back in speaking of the 90s, when the shaved head was cool, back when Brad Pitt was doing it, back in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Fight Club, like back in the day, the 90s, there was a period where all the dudes were shaving their heads. And I wanted to fit in, so I shaved mine, and it looked. I mean, I look like a monk. I look horrible. It looked horrible, and it's because I have a round head, and you have more of a
Cone head.
yes, and it works better with you. So I gotta say, you're gonna be fine, man. Even if you lose your hair, you shave it, you'll be fine. I don't have that luxury.
So
I
what's
will
your
probably.
strategy?
Well, I already know, and I'm not ashamed of it. I'm going to Turkey
Oh,
because
yeah, hair transplant.
they do it cheap, and they do it very well. That's what they're known for. Um, it kind of terrifies me, but I think I'm not losing my merm. I'm not losing my locks.
Well, you know, maybe you don't know this, but you have to be on minoxidil and finasteride if you're going to get a hair transplant.
Oh, what is that?
Rogaine and Propecia, the two,
Oh, and there's side effects to that.
yeah, hormonal
What
side
was it?
effects.
Watery semen. Which whatever. Okay. What else?
Lowered libido. I mean, the thing is that I'm not a doctor, but it blocks your DHT production, dihydral testosterone,
Mm,
and some of that stuff is good for like just quality of life, general well-being, vitality, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, you could get
And
depressed a little bit.
yeah, you strike me as the kind of guy who would prioritize that, feeling
You,
good, you know?
are you saying that I would prioritize hair over feeling good,
No,
or feeling good
no,
over hair?
you would prioritize feeling good, right?
Yeah.
Testosterone, muscle building, all that kind of stuff
Yeah.
over the because it does block your hormones. It does mess with your hormones in some way.
You know what's interesting is men losing hair is one of their biggest. I don't know what the equivalent is for women, but for men, one of their biggest, greatest insecurities is the receding hairline, losing hair. They're so deathly afraid of that.
I mean, I've been slowly coming to terms with it for the last couple of years. It
Yeah,
still looks great from the front, but if you're
yeah,
my barber, you can tell what it looks like from the top.
yeah. So
So
I
yeah,
didn't know that about you, Shaun, until we were sitting down because you're taller than me, and people on your social media think you're 5'2". Shaun is not 5'2", and you look down for some reason, and then I saw the top of your head. Then I saw what you're
yeah,
talking about, the crown. Yeah,
yeah. That's also why I keep like the shorter your hair is, the easier it sort of blends.
yeah,
So that's why I just keep my hair short because then I'll just keep slowly getting it shorter and shorter until it'll be a buzz cut.
yeah. I think you're gonna be
And then
fine.
I'm trying to work out a lot, to like get the buff bob.
That helps because then it's like my eyes are up here. Yeah, exactly. So then there's other things to look at instead of your bald head.
Well, but so now knowing that you might have to do medication in conjunction with the hair transplant, how do you feel?
Oh fuck! I don't know, man. I don't know because I don't look good bald.
Dude,
You can pull it off. You can pull it
I don't
off.
think you gave it long enough
I gave
to
it.
like
I'll
adjust
tell you what.
to
I'll tell you what. You know when you get a haircut and everyone around you comes up to you and they say, "Oh, you got a haircut." So they announce what you did, but they don't actually give you opinion. I got
yeah.
that. I got that for a year, and I was like, "Okay, I get it. This is
Oh,
not
wait,
this
you
is
did it for a whole year?
or like 6 months. I did it for a long time.
That's a long
I
time. That's a long
I gave
time.
it a few tries. I gave it a few tries. I did it myself. Horrible. Went to a barber. Did it scissor. I did all different. The only person that liked it was my wife at the time because she loved how it felt. She loved putting her hands through it like it's a tennis ball, and
Yeah, yeah.
she didn't care what it looked like. She's like, "I love how it feels. Keep it." I'm like, "Everyone thinks I look like a monk." She's like, "I don't give a fuck. I like
I
it."
mean, dude, a fucking ripped CrossFit tatted up monk? Are you kidding?
With ankle
That's
socks.
fucking sick. Well, maybe you got to get taller socks. But to me, that sounds
I did.
fucking awesome. Driving a
Okay,
like riding a Harley? Are you kidding?
maybe it's different now because I didn't have the Harley because she wouldn't let me have a
Blasting
motorcycle.
third eye blind down the fucking 10?
I didn't have tattoos. I was, I was a buck 50. So, I didn't, I wasn't into CrossFit. So maybe, yeah, maybe now, maybe it'd be better now with the ink and the motorcycle and all that. If I do
Oh,
shave my head.
dude.
All
Hell
right.
yeah. Do you
All right.
blast third eye three doors
Dude,
down the
I roll up,
110?
I roll up on, so my Harley has a loud motorcycle. No, my Harley has a loud radio and I roll up at a red light and I'm blasting like Borderline by Madonna. I instantly feel self-conscious and I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. People look over and like, what is going on?
Dude, that's good. What about the Offspring? Is that
No, I'm not doing Offspring. Third Eye
dude?
Blind, Counting Crows is probably the
Okay.
yeah, I wouldn't do I'm not a big Offspring. I don't like
Well,
Green Day.
if we ever go like to coffee, two up on your bike, we got to play the Offspring.
Oh shit. Is that your thing? Is that your band? The Offspring?
I don't know. I
Oh,
just think it would be funny just riding
yeah, it's
two
very
up.
nice. It's very
Um,
90s.
yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna be
Okay. So,
holding my waist, or are you gonna be holding like something else? Because I've had dudes on my bike, and they don't know what to do with their hands. They're like, do I hug him? I don't. That's gonna feel uncomfortable, and and they just like, and I'm like,
well, I mean, honestly,
it's
I'd probably just grab the handles. Um, but in a joking way, I might grab your nipples.
men have this thing with the whole thing on bikes. I don't know what it is.
About
Where being
well,
uncomfortable with another
well,
man on a bike.
two guys, two up. It's weird. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's
Yeah,
not.
but it
It's
doesn't have to be. But yeah, but society has definitely made it. So here's the thing: if you saw two women on a scooter, you wouldn't think anything of it.
why does it have to be a scooter? Why can't they be on a regular bike?
Well, I just said that because I guess I'm sexist. I don't know. I just said that. I just said that. Okay, two
Well,
women on a Harley, that doesn't whatever motorcycle, scooter.
yeah, in other cultures, there'll be a whole family on a scooter, or they'll, like in
Yeah, yeah, no,
India.
that's
In
different.
India,
That's
you'll have three
different.
dudes on a
Yeah,
scooter, no problem. It's like not a
yeah,
big
yeah, yeah,
deal.
yeah. No, and they're
But in
bouncing their child
America,
in their head. Yeah.
it's another thing.
But let me ask you this: how many times have you seen two men on a Harley? I have never seen two men on a
I don't
Harley.
think. No,
Yeah, and
just the guy
Vanessa's always.
with that
Sorry,
T-shirt. If you can see this, the bitch fell off.
I have not seen that that
But
T-shirt.
it could be like if you see this, the dude fell off.
Yeah. Because Vanessa always challenges me. She's like, "Yeah, put my brother on your bike, or put your friend on your bike. Why don't you go for a motorcycle ride?" And I have this like, "No, I'm not going to do it." And she's like, "Why?" And I feel like she's accusing me of being, homophobic or something, or she's challenging my definitions of man, and rightfully so. But then I'm like, I don't want to do it. I have resistance. I don't know where it's coming from. But I also have not seen one time two men on a Harley
You just don't see two men on a motorcycle. But
on a
also,
motorcycle.
to be fair, riding two up sucks. It's way more dangerous.
Yeah.
They're the balance, the weight is like too high up and back. They don't know how to turn with the bike when you're turning. They're knocking helmets. I don't want to be responsible for someone behind me. Like the whole thing just sucks. The whole experience is bad.
This is a generalization, but men tend to be heavier than women, and I think that is a fair statement. So if you're on the back of my bike, that's very different than when Vanessa's on the back of my bike, and I don't even feel her on the back of my bike, and it's great. I love
Yeah,
it. But
yeah,
but if I put you on the back of my bike, we might be doing wheelies and shit.
yeah. So I think
Yeah.
that's why we don't want dudes on the back of the bike.
Yeah. I think it's more than that. Okay.
I have
Next
something
topic.
serious to talk to you about.
Yes.
So, do I give you too much feedback? Like too much? Yeah.
Oh, did someone say something? I love
Yeah.
this.
Someone,
Did someone
one of
say-
your fans, was
Oh
like, dude,
shit.
leave. One of your fans was like, dude, fucking leave him alone. Like let
Oh
him slurp his
wow.
coffee. I'm very protective of John.
Yes.
Let him interrupt
Yes.
you.
Oh, I love this. Dude, our fans are now wearing different t-shirts. Team
Yeah.
John and Team Shaun.
Yeah.
We should get those made. Team John and Team Shaun. And our names
I
would have
like
spelled
it.
wrong.
I
JON
like
and
it.
SSEAN.
Yeah, that's great. That's really good, actually.
Dude, that's hilarious. You know what? Okay, let me just say, I have a little bit of a heart boner because I love that my audience watched this and someone said, "Hey, I'm going to be protective of John." That's
Yeah, they
great.
left it. So everybody listening now, you should know that on Instagram, John and I, on the day that this podcast is released on Thursdays, we also post a discussion, feedback, comments, questions post.
Yeah.
And that's where you can put all of your comments
All your
about
comments.
about today's episode. And last week, one of your fans dropped a comment berating me.
Here's what I think. I don't notice that. I think you care about this podcast. I think you want this to be great, and I think you're putting effort into this. You're investing your time. So if I'm slurping coffee, or if I'm in the garage and you hear parrots and shit, you have a right to say like, "Hey, we could do better. We could do better with this
Yeah.
podcast. We could do better." So I don't take it personally. Those comments. We've already established because one of your people said that I cut you off, which I do. I tend to cut people off, so I got to stop with that.
Not one of my people.
Oh, this is what my person's talking about. You're doing it now.
No, like dozens of my people.
No, I know. You're my person that says you're putting John's face in the spilled milk. You're doing it now.
Wait.
You're doing.
Oh, wait.
You could have said just one. You didn't have to say there was 25 people that said that.
Dude,
See,
my dad.
maybe my person's right.
My dad did that to me.
Oh, like you got the hint, but he's like you got the hint that you did something wrong or something you fell short on something, and he kind of rubbed your face in it.
No, when I was little, I used to throw my baby bottle off the bed and it
Oh,
would break. And one day he came in and he put my face in the milk.
oh, literally put your face in the milk.
And then I never did it again. And he thought that was like a funny story for forever.
That's like some boomer shit.
Literally
Rubbing
put
it.
my like I was a
Yeah,
baby, like I
yeah.
had a bottle. So whatever that age is,
Jeez.
like less than a year old or something, put my face in the milk.
If we did any of the things that our parents did, we would
Straight to jail.
oh my God, arrested. Arrested.
So I just want to say I'm open to feedback too, you know?
Well, I just gave you my feedback. You pointed out that I cut you off, and I said yes. One of your people said that, and you said, "Not John, not one. John, not one. Many have said that," which was putting my face in the milk. That's what my
Yeah.
that's what my, that's what my follower was telling you. He said, I think they're saying, listen, you could give John some feedback,
Yeah.
but now you're bullying him very subtly.
Yeah, that actually I think she might have used the word bully.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
So
listen, this whole podcast is about doing better, and you have a
totally.
choice. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I apologize if the feedback has felt unbalanced and you felt bullied.
I have not felt bullied, but I'm only seeing this through my own lens, and so I love that my someone someone in my community said something, and then because now I'm reviewing it. But I have felt is that that you really care about this product, which is great, and so I don't take anything personally.
And I knew
Also,
that
this is
about you.
funny. We're doing this for we're bantering, so part of it is humor.
I'll be honest, I do care a lot about this show and I care about our relationship and I'm
Yeah.
excited about our partnership.
I believe that, and you know what? I also realized if you do something that is under bullying, you actually you're someone who corrects really fast. So you don't have a lot of like ego or I'm going to hold on to the tug of war rope. You're pretty fast to look at something that you did, and the apology comes really quick, which I really appreciate.
I just learned that like it doesn't cost me anything to apologize. Like really, truly a real apology, right? Like it
Yeah.
doesn't cost anything and I want to be able to attune and adjust to other people. I don't want to hurt people, it's not a thing I want to do.
Shaun, that's one of the most attractive qualities in people is hey, listen, I'm going to take ownership for this, and yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Cool. Got something else for you. This is actually about me.
Okay.
So people are used to seeing me like just do 60 to 90-second clips.
Yes,
They're
reels.
not used to me. That people have said that I have a resting bitch face when I'm listening to you because I'm just like listening.
Shaun, I think at some point you might have to stop reading the comments because, oh my God. I mean, I love that you're in the trenches, but people are going to see a lot of things, and they might actually. You're also, a sensitive man like me, and they might be hurtful.
This is a problem that I have actually, and you inspire me to not read the comments as much, but it's hard. I think I need like a girlfriend. Actually, is what I was thinking.
Hey, listen. If we looked at our analytics on social media and we look at the engagement, yours would be like at a 11, and mine would be at a -2.
We're
So
just doing it for different reasons.
yeah, I need to engage more, and maybe you need to engage less because
I think so. I'm also addicted. Like I have just like an addictive personality, and social media is like kind of crack for me.
yeah.
But I think a girlfriend would probably help. Give me something to do.
Sure, absolutely. Hey, also, I think we both have. I think me more than you have a resting bitch face. But most people think I'm a dick because of these furrows. I call them Marky Marks. These teeth.
Yeah.
And I've never been a smiley guy. I don't walk into a room and smile. You smile a lot, so
I do.
I think
I
when
have
you're
different marky marks.
but when you're listening, I think it's you're being pensive, you're thinking, and it comes off maybe as resting bitch face. But I don't notice that.
I also was told, this is by a friend, that I have resting bitch emails. My emails come across as very like serious because I don't put enough exclamation points. So now I just started putting more exclamation points and smileys and stuff.
So my emails are because I'm always just typing fast and just short little, and then Vanessa's like, dude, you can't email people like that. 3 words, 2 words, like say hi. And I'm just like, there's not enough time in the day. Shaun's shaking
Yeah.
his head yes, because he is receiving. So I'm either doing audio, as you know, because the texts come out all scrambled, or my emails are like, 4 words, no caps, no punctuation.
Well, I will say that that's very effective. You get more done because you're not too worried about perfection.
I'm not mean. I'm just Vanessa is someone who dots her I's, crosses her T's, and so for her, like, brings her anxiety. She's like, dude, this is misspelled. I'm like, oh,
I'm the same way. I mean, I use
yeah,
Grammarly, like the grammar correct. Like, I want perfect grammar in all my
yeah.
emails and communications, text messages, all that stuff.
It's gonna make this a better podcast.
I appreciate you, Shaun. I've been looking
Oh
forward
my
to this conversation
God.
all week, just putting little notes together for John,
When he said I appreciate you, I felt I felt uncomfortable because I think he means it. If he was fucking around, I'd be like, whatever. But I think he means it, and so I feel all weird, like nervous, like I'm on the spot.
I feel chosen, actually. I'm chosen by John a little bit.
Yes, I did choose you.
Well, I was thinking when you were talking about, how the universe says yes and no, sort of like how we didn't get any callers this week, or I mean, we did get a bunch of submissions. I just chose
Yeah,
2
we
of them,
did get a lot. Yeah.
but and how the universe sort of like says yes or no. Like I feel that the universe was like very pro LA for me when I went to LA, and we got
Because
to
of
spend a bunch
the
of time
things lined
together.
up, or because how you
Things lined
felt.
up. We went to CrossFit. We talked. We did some
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
Hung out with Vanessa and Dessa, and had I went on KTLA. Like then I had meetings with directors and producers. Like the whole thing in 5 days. Like that was insane.
Yeah, that was great, man.
So that sounds so. This might be joining you. Might be joining you in December.
I'm excited.
Yeah, be fun.
And this is a topic I think everyone, but especially men, can relate to, as someone who is, going through the afternoon of their life. It's hard to make guy friends. It's hard to, we don't have the structure we did with school where there was recess, after school programs where you were forced into communities. Now you got to create your own. And this is probably why you joined the running club, right?
Yeah, dude. So
Yeah.
actually doing group workouts, that's my revelation for the week.
Oh, okay.
Total game changer.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%.
I used to
Dude, I
just
can't
work
work
out
out
just
more.
me
No,
and the barbell, and it was
no.
like I would always like skip reps, skip
Yes.
sets.
Yes. And you won't go as hard. You'll never go as hard, man. That's the only reason why I go to class. And when I was going through my divorce, I said, out of your head, out of your house. I said, have smart feet. Just
Yeah.
get your ass to class. And when you go to class, the momentum of the class, the community, all of that will carry you. And you'll do so much better than you by yourself in the gym.
It's way more fun too.
It's fun.
Like 700% more fist bumps when you go to a class than when you're working
Yes.
out alone.
Yes. Not only fist bumps, maybe chest bumps.
Smiles. I mean, I'm laughing during class, right? I'll do have you ever done like a partner CrossFit?
Oh yeah, yeah, that's great. Yeah, the partner workouts are great. Team
So
building,
fun.
so fun, and then also it pushes you more because you're now accountable and you don't want to bring the team down. It's great.
Yeah, you don't want to make them do more push-ups or burpees than
Right,
you.
right.
That's been my
Dude,
revelation. So run club and partner or like group classes has been life-changing.
you're gonna get shredded, Shaun. You're
I'm
running.
already and I quit gluten,
Wow.
which
Because
is for
I think in episode 1 you were talking about having some kind of muffin top, which I don't think you have one, but you
I
would.
had a muffin tie. It's already melting away a little bit already in
Oh,
like 3 weeks.
wow, because you wouldn't go in the sauna with me because you didn't want to take off your shirt.
Correct.
But now, when you come to LA, you're gonna be like, John, get your ass in the sauna right now.
Let's go to the sauna.
Not
Let's
only am I
compare
taking off
muffin.
my shirt, yeah, I'm taking off my pants too.
Oh, for sure. Oh, I don't go into sauna with pants on.
Wow. So you're doing CrossFit, you're doing running, and you're cutting gluten. This is
And
a whole. You're on
yeah.
you're on a path, man.
I'm on a post breakup body thing,
Yeah.
I always say, get, out of my house, out of my head. Smart feet.
Uh,
Get to the
will
gym.
the real John Kim please stand up?
Hey, okay. I got 2 more questions for you. Then let's go to Q
Yeah,
and A's.
yeah,
Do you
let's do it.
nap?
I wish I could because my sleep is horrible, and around 3 o'clock I start to fall. But I can't hit REM. I don't. I wish, man. That's. I would give Sean. I would give a pinky. Cut it off if in exchange I got better sleep
I
or
got
able
you.
to nap.
I got you.
I'd give a pinky.
I got you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yoga Nidra.
I've tried it. I've tried everything. Everything. Sleep apnea machines, pills, yoga nidra, meditate. I've tried everything. Is that what you
Bummer.
do? So during the day you nap?
Every day, 2 o'clock, 2:30. I put 30 minutes of Yoga Nidra, Ali
Oh,
Boothroyd on YouTube. We'll add it in the show notes. Game changer. And I hit. But I don't know if I
REM.
hit REM, but I like fall asleep, and then I wake back up 20 minutes later. It's like a whole new day. A whole new day.
Yeah,
Just I hit like the reset button on the chest clock. Boom, and it just
dude.
starts over
They
again.
they say yoga nidra is more. Yeah, it's more powerful than it's like 4 hours of sleep or something in that 20 minutes because you go deep.
I do that like 5 times a week.
Wow, that's amazing.
And they
I'm
they
jealous.
just I mean, I saw this on a video on the internet, so I don't know if it's true, but they did researches or did the research, and people who nap almost daily or daily have a 68% reduction in heart disease, less
Mm,
likely to die of heart disease, 68%
mm,
less likely to die if you nap.
that's huge.
So I think one of the things that helps is maybe like limiting caffeine intake after a certain time, because that can make it hard to
Yeah,
nap if
I'm
you're
very
like
guilty of
jacked on.
that. Yeah, you do one coffee in the morning, or do you doing
Ooh,
coffee all day,
oh no, I do 2 in the morning,
and then that's it? You're done.
and then no more coffee.
Yeah. See, I'm
And
I'm
then
drinking
and the
coffee at
Nidra
3.
is the third coffee.
Mm,
So you might want to consider that. I'll
yeah.
send you my favorite link. It's
Okay.
also called non-sleep deep rest. That's like the more like scientific term for it.
So wait, how do you only do it for 20 minutes if you're out? Like, how did you set a timer?
It just I pop out of it at the end of the Nidra, like
Oh,
because
you're listening
because
to it.
Allie sort
Okay.
of guides you. The one I mean I love Allie Boothroyd, but
Yeah.
she guides you, and then at the end it's like, okay, a couple of deep breaths, and you
Yeah.
start to like you kind of stir automatically. But I use noise canceling headphones, AirPods
Yeah.
in noise canceling mode. I put a pillow underneath my knees. I go underneath the blankies, and I use an eye mask.
Oh, wow, you're hardcore.
And
You do it
I've been
legit.
able to do this like in like public like airports,
Yeah.
uh, like crowded spaces. I'm able to like actually fall asleep, and it's a game changer for me.
Yeah, you're training your body to sleep on command, which is amazing.
And then
Jealous.
the other thing the other question is, do you sleep naked?
No, I can't sleep naked. Just underwear. I don't like the feeling of my balls like everywhere, touching my inner thighs.
Briefs, boxers,
Yeah, yeah.
tight
Boxer briefs. Boxer briefs.
boxer briefs, yeah,
Yeah,
tighty whities, G-string, thong.
yeah.
Can you imagine if you slept
uh,
in a thong?
yeah, no thong. I don't know. I don't know how people wear thongs. The
I think you
boxers
get used
are
to it. You get used to it.
the boxers. What's the point? Because your balls are still touching your legs and all over the place, so it doesn't hold you in any way. And then tighty whities are too tight, and so the boxer briefs are the perfect uh, for me.
Are you homophobic? Because you don't want your balls touching you?
I don't like the feeling of that. It has nothing to do with. Oh my god, that doesn't even make sense, John.
You
You're
sure it
you're
does.
stretching. No, it doesn't.
Sure it does.
I don't want my balls touching me. Um, yeah, I don't want my balls just flapping around. I mean, I don't have big balls, but they're just.
That's interesting.
Speaking of elephant skin, the balls, the skin of the balls is different. That's what
You
it
can
is.
stretch it. So women don't know this. You could stretch your ball sack like to over your head if you could. Like
So it's there's a kind of a soft sticky. I don't know what it is, but it's sticky rice. It's different than say the skin of your hand, because if my hand was touching my inner thigh, I wouldn't have a problem. But the ball skin is a different skin. I don't like that skin touching me.
Oh
You know what I'm saying?
no.
It's a soft. It's like sticky rice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't wear underwear and I don't wear anything to bed. I sleep
Can't
naked,
do
so
that.
like I don't mind. I
I
also
can't do
walk
that.
around my apartment naked, and I know that there's like three windows in my kitchen
Yeah.
from the apartments across the way. They could like see in, and I'm just like, I'm having a midnight stack, just naked in there, lights all lit up.
Wow.
It's like kind of a fishbowl. You can see everything
I
that's going
I
on.
didn't, we see that in movies. I didn't know people really did that, but you
In
walk
cities,
around.
yeah. I think it's
Wow.
yeah. I walk around the house naked for sure.
All right, we'll see what happens in Los Angeles when you do this.
I don't know. I have to find a
Right.
good spot. Hope it, I might like try to live in like some sort of commune or something, or like co-living situation.
Oh, that's kind of on the rise right now, and I think you would actually love it, man. Um, when we did In Bloom, there was an author there that did that, and she was telling me how much she loved it in San Francisco.
Logan
And
Uri.
yes, yes, and she was saying that it wasn't shady. There was no sex. It wasn't like a cult. It was a legit commune that these guys started. And there's a communal space, and there's like 12 or 15 people all kind of living in this structure. And I was like, wow. And she's like, she loved it as an extrovert. I mean,
Yeah,
built-in
it's called the
friends. Yeah.
Plum. It's called the Plum House. Hey, Tess, can you link to it? Just Google Plum House,
Is
Oakland or
is
something.
is there one in Los Angeles? There must be other ones coming up in Los
Yeah,
Angeles.
yeah. Or I just want to live with roommates. But it's a
Yeah,
little harder with a dog. But we'll make it work.
yeah, cool. I'm excited.
All right,
All right, you ready
Q
for,
and
ready
A.
for some questions? Yeah, you want to do the first
I
one?
just love how it's like that's just 40 minutes of us just bantering, and then like a few minutes of Q and A.
People are like,
Get on with it, guys.
false
You want to
advertising.
go first? You want me to go first?
What do you think of this? I actually just answered a version of this. Is it normal for an ex to delete every single picture of you in order to move on? So, like on social media and stuff. What do you think about this whole idea of having to delete all the photos of your ex, or the person you're dating now wanting you to do that? I've got strong
Well, so
opinions on that.
those are two different things, right? So my ex-girlfriend would do that. She would call it sort of like a cleanse, like an ex cleanse, and you
Mm,
just couldn't see photos of her with exes on her Instagram, and I think that's fine. And actually, as someone who was dating her, I was like, oh, that's kind of nice. She was like, oh, I just wiped the slate clean, and also
mm,
I think it is kind of nice for the new person to be like, oh, there's no photos. I don't have to compare myself to this other person. So I think from the perspective of, if that's what you want for yourself, that's okay. Um, and on the other side, I think it's unreasonable for us to expect that of other people to
yeah,
go, hey, I
yeah.
think you need to delete photos of your ex for me to feel comfortable. So that's pretty much how I feel about it.
I have this macro theory in life. I don't think we should rip out any chapters of our life. And so now I don't think we should be following or stalking or engaging. That's different. But photos from any part of your story, whether they're from your relationship or maybe a job you hated, whatever, it's all part of your story. And I think the act of deleting something makes us not accept. So we're resisting that part of our life. And then I think there's an energy to that I think is heavy. So um, keep it. Keep all of it. The horrible sweaters that you wore in high school, the slacks when you're doing the 9 to 5, uh, the ankle socks at 51. Keep all the photos.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
exes
keep the
just
photo.
yeah, and you don't have to like live there. You don't have to keep revisiting. They just let them. That's my opinion. People will disagree, but it's
That's
wasted
cool.
energy.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I have to keep the slacks. But you're not saying
The
keep the
photos.
slacks,
Keep the
keep the
photos of the
photos of the
slack.
slacks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I used to wear like stuff from Express. I don't want to keep that. I'm like,
No, no, no.
I mean, I can see it also the other way. It's like, oh, I'm a new person now. I'm like a snake that's shedding its old persona.
Sure.
And that could be also like the digital persona as well.
I get that as like a therapeutic cleanse. It means something to you as a ritual. I get that, but you and I both agree that if someone's telling you, "Here's what I need you to do," delete all this from you. That's not cool. That's control.
That's not cool. Hey, so this is connected because I think that's where this question is coming from. What's the deal with retroactive jealousy?
I told you that, or where did you hear that?
I think we
I
know. I think we're talking to the same person.
No, I did a whole thing on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Not here.
not here. That was going to be one of my terms, but I forgot it. Retroactive jealousy to me is kind of it's a fancy um, fancy word to excuse one being jealous of someone's sexual history.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You're jealous of their exes.
Yeah, but they're making this big fancy term to almost normalize it, and it's like, I always feel like one sexual history, if they disclose it to you, is a gift because they're trusting you with it. And so if someone says, for example, how many partners they've slept with or whatever, and then you use that against them, or now you think they are a different type of person because of that, then that just backfired on them because they trusted you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I don't believe in, and I've been guilty of this, right? In my 20s when I was very
Yeah.
insecure, using people's sexual history against them is not cool. And so retroactive jealousy is if you're jealous of your partner's sexual history.
I think it's more than that, though. I think it could just be their romantic relationship to their ex. They're
Oh,
jealous of their ex, right? Because of all the time they spent together, and you open yourself up to
mhm.
this other man. You're like, what? Or you can't be jealous about stuff I did before I met you.
Right,
I
right.
mean,
Or
I guess you,
judging, yeah, comparing
yeah.
all that.
The way I look at it is like all your exes are a gift because they helped shape the person that you are today, and that person wants to be with me. So all of my partner's exes are gifts and have helped shape them to be my partner.
And your resistance to your partner today is a direct reflection on where you're at. So if your partner has grown and evolved and is now the 2.0, and that's very hard to be with, that's a reflection on where you're at. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. We nailed it.
Okay, question you.
No, wait, that's my turn.
Yeah, you. I said you. Question you.
Oh, okay. I thought you were ready to go. All right.
No.
Is it okay to feel triggered that my boyfriend asked for a threesome?
Ooh, that's a good question. I
So,
would, so my thing is the way. Okay, so how and why? How did he ask and why is he asking?
okay.
So it's like, tell me more, right? So for example, if Vanessa says, "Hey, I've been really interested in, I've never done it before, but I'm really interested in having a threesome." So if she's coming from curiosity, and if it's going to be a way for her to feel more sexual, and it's a fantasy, that would actually kind of turn me on, as
Mm.
opposed to if she said, um, "I want to fuck other men. Can we bring another dude into our bedroom?" like it depends
Or
on. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
even worse, like, hey, there's this guy David at work.
Oh, specific guy. Yeah. I heard he's fucking hung like a horse, and they say he's an amazing lover.
Do you
He,
wanna? Should we sleep with him and like
yeah,
maybe you just watch or
he
something?
he used to be an ex soccer player, and John, you know how I feel about the hot soccer players. So he looks like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's also rich. He's also
Okay,
rich, and
so yeah, so how and why?
that would be my thing. Yeah, so I wouldn't. It would only activate me if the feeling I'm getting from it is someone wanting that. If I'm feeling rejected, let's just strip it down, right? If I'm feeling inclusive and it's something that my partner wants because of her own sexual exploration, and I'm included in that, and
Yeah,
and it's a kink for her, and it's going to turn her on, that makes me want to join. If she's saying, "I want to do this because you're not enough," whether it's
yeah.
indirectly or directly, then I feel rejected, and then it's, of course, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I have a lot of things to say about that. I agree with that. If it is an inclusive, I like that. This is a thing that we are going to enjoy together, right? This can like solidify our partnership or build upon it or get to know each other more. I love all that. Um, I think that is a very evolved perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I think most people are going to feel really triggered that
Yeah,
their
for
partner
sure.
has brought up a threesome. I also think that fantasies are fantasies. They don't have to be acted on. We could just talk
Mm-hmm.
about it. It's okay for your partner to have fantasies. It's normal. It's healthy for them to have fantasies.
Yeah,
It's different, like you said, the how. Like if you're always talking about wanting to bang other women in front of your partner,
yeah.
that's tacky and tactless and hurtful. The other piece is that I always find really interesting by these questions. They wrote, "Is it okay to feel triggered?" It's like they're asking us for
Hey, is it
permission to
okay
feel
or to feel
triggered.
something? Yeah.
Just feel triggered. It's okay to feel triggered if you are triggered. Are you triggered?
This
Yes, I'm
person is
triggered when
judging. This person is judging herself.
themselves. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
themselves, because and it's also like, is it normal that, right? It's like normal is a setting on a washing machine. If you're having the feeling, it's okay.
It's truth. It's truth. And then you decide if you want to look at it and where that's coming from.
Yeah, or how should I act that my boyfriend wants a threesome? I was like, I don't know. Does it turn you on? Do you hate it? Like
Yeah, yeah,
whatever. How
yeah.
does it feel inside your body? What is your truth?
Yeah. I like that. I like that. I also like that you said that fantasies are okay to be expressed. I think a lot of here's the thing: if you have a fantasy and you express it to your partner, and your partner doesn't hold a safe space, but instead they say, "Oh, that's what you like now," or "I'm
You
not like,"
weirdo.
yeah, then you're not going to feel safe to join with them in any fantasies, and there's a disconnection there. As opposed to you feeling safe enough to be like, "Hey, I've got this crazy fantasy," and it's just a fantasy. It doesn't mean that anyone's going to do anything. It's just you're fantasizing.
Yeah.
It's like saying, "Hey, I have a fantasy of remodeling our house," and you guys are talking about it, and and so like, yeah, you guys could execute, but just also talking about fantasies, I think, is a really healthy thing.
Yeah. Oh, John hates our house. John thinks his house is a mistake. John wishes he lived in a different house.
No,
Right?
I was just fantasizing about another room. And babe, what if we had a gazebo? And what if we
Oh,
added an
now you
ADU?
want it like this house isn't enough. The house that we picked together isn't enough. You want a
Right.
gazebo, right? You're
Uh,
like, if that's how you.
God, that make me really feel old. The fuck, you want a gazebo, dude? You wear ankle socks? The fuck is a gazebo? Sean, it's
Oh
not called
man,
as I said gazebo because I have a really horrible vocabulary. But what is it called? Like a nice trellis thing. It's not called a
like a
gazebo.
covered patio or something.
Yes, what is that called? It's not called a gazebo.
Like gazebo is like a separate round structure with a
Gazebo
little
is like an
like.
old, yeah, like an
My
old,
parents had a gazebo.
exactly.
Wait,
Point,
yo,
prove it. Yeah.
gazebos are cool if there's a lot of mosquitoes.
No, it's not. So I was thinking of a nice, beautiful, because I'm into aesthetics, like the trellis. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but it
I
said
think it's just a
gazebo.
covered. It's like a shady covered patio.
There's a word for it, but I want one. I want one of those, and like a
Okay.
hammock underneath, and like a.
Well,
This is where I would take my afternoon naps when the yoga nidra would happen here.
listener, drop it in our comments on Instagram if you know what John's talking about.
Look at him engaging with his audience.
Here's
Sexy.
another thing about threesomes. They are the most common fantasy for couples.
Yeah. And also, I gotta say, and I don't know, they're probably the most overrated. Meaning, from what I hear, I haven't had a threesome. From what I hear, they're not what you imagined in your head. They end up going south.
Well, I will say, speaking of manifesting, I've never had a threesome with two women, and I really want one.
Yes, but you had one with a woman and a man, and you said you didn't like it, right? Or you did?
No, I didn't like it. I mean, it
Why?
was fine. I was really nervous. I've had
Oh, I
actually
could see that.
I've had three threesomes with a woman, with couples, actually.
Oh, I could see, because then you're coming in as the outsider.
I'm the unicorn.
Hey, but there's a compliment to that. Like, I would feel very chosen if a couple chose me to be the third. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So they feel safe with you.
They did. One of them I met at a sex party, and that's a really great story. And I actually recorded an episode of my podcast about it. And then so I talked about it, and then I interviewed her about her experience meeting me at the sex party and having
Yeah.
sex. And I was like, so how was the sex? She was like, what do you mean? I was like, I was like, good. She was like, you don't remember? I'm like, what? She was like, we didn't have sex. I'm like, what do you mean we didn't have sex? She was like, you couldn't get hard. I'm like, what?
she was like, you were doing yoga nidra with the blindfold and fucking you fell
I mean,
asleep for
I
20
like
minutes.
we had a bunch of oral, but I never penetrated her because I couldn't get hard because I was too nervous because her like husband was
Oh,
right
I would
there.
be so. And then what was her husband doing? Was the kink for her husband watching you guys,
Yeah,
or
he
did he want
was.
to join?
Oh, he was joined. Yeah, we were all three sort of doing stuff.
Were you doing stuff to him?
Yeah, I blew
Nope.
him. Yeah. I
Wow.
don't think
And
we
so you
made
didn't.
out though. I don't really
Oh, no
want to
kissing.
make out with the guy.
Yeah.
But then also, I mean, okay, I'll tell you this. This is pretty wild. I ended up dating this woman for 6 months, and we would go
After
out
wait,
almost.
after was she still with him?
Yeah, they're still together. Yeah, they have a kid together now, but they're in an open relationship.
Oh, it was up and got it.
So we would date each other for like 6 months. We'd have dates on Tuesdays called Tasty Tuesdays, and we'd like have sex and go have burritos and
Wow.
go on motorcycle rides. She weighed like $110, so it was easy to have her on the
Yeah.
bike. It was also a small. This was like a 690 Supermoto, not a heavy bike.
So this wasn't just a physical thing. Now you guys are having an emotional connection as
I
well.
loved her. Yeah, I mean, I really loved spending time with her. I wasn't like in love with her, but I just loved
Yeah.
everything about her. She was so great. And we went to another sex party. Okay, this is gonna be like this is a lot. This is a lot of disclosure. But we went
I
to
love it. It's
a
juicy.
very
This
intimate
is what
sex
they want,
party.
Shaun. Yeah.
Okay. The first time we met was like at a kind of a bigger sex party, probably like 100 or more people, and it was like pretty intense in a warehouse in Berkeley. This was in like a smaller loft in Berkeley with a like a hot tub inside the house and multiple layers, and we ended up having sex that time, and her her husband was there. I think they were fiancéed at the time, and he was sort of playing with somebody else, and um I did end up, I was able to perform. I was able to get an erection. I was able to
Mhm.
penetrate her. Okay, here's the thing. I came inside of her while looking at him.
What was he doing?
He was looking at me. I think he was probably fucking somebody else too.
Oh my god. There interesting psychology behind. So was there? Listen, because this is I'm pulling from curiosity. Is it because it's like I'm having sex with your fiance? Was there some kind of like I don't know if it's like a domination or like
Maybe.
possession thing that turns you on? Like this
It
is
was
your
that
girl. I'm having sex
yeah.
with her. I'm looking you in the eye. There's something hot about that.
Yes. Yes.
You weren't
I think
turned
there
on
was
by him. You were turned on by some kind of dynamic happening.
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I could see that.
That
I could see
that
that.
and maybe some sort of kinship, you know?
Oh, we're this. Oh, we're Eskimo brothers. Oh, wait, you're not supposed to say Eskimo. We're
Yeah, yeah, we're polar bear
that,
brothers.
that's a term, by the way. If two people have had two friends have had sex with the same person.
That's funny. I didn't know that we couldn't say that anymore, but intuitively that makes sense.
Yeah. It's native. What would be the replacement?
Well, I thought yeah, polar bear. Because you can't offend polar bears.
No. You can't say polar bears. Now we're bringing it to animals.
Someone's gonna get upset. Some like a polar bear defense fund is gonna be like,
I
you
ha- I
can't.
I have one friend, and we're polar bear brothers. But yeah, so maybe there's a there's a kinship to it.
There
There's a lot
was,
of
I
things
think.
happening. That's really interesting. Hey, and listen, you know what I love about Shaun, and I almost don't want to get to know him because um, as I because this stuff is happening in real life as you're listening to this. I didn't know this story. He always pulls these crazy stories, and maybe they're not crazy to him, but I got to say, Shaun, most people listening have not experienced what you just experienced, or even like I've never gone to a sex party. And so we're getting to see that through your eyes, and so you're like a ticket on the ride, and that we have not been on. So it's really
I have
interesting.
yeah, I have I have experimented a lot. I
Yeah,
think that I'm vanilla, and people are like, dude, you've had
you're
so
not.
much weird experience,
Yeah,
so many
yeah.
weird experiences. So I'm
Okay,
happy to, but I also forget them. I forget that I've had these experiences.
because you're getting older.
Hmm. I
Hey,
know my
listen.
short term memory.
So are you friends with these people still? And then how did that chapter fade?
Well, I was at their wedding. I was invited to their wedding.
Wow.
Um, am I still friends with them? They live in the Bay Area. Actually, the last time we hung out, their dog attacked my dog.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I still love them. And
yeah.
if they live in Petaluma, and I just never make it up to Petaluma when I go to the Bay Area. But I would
So
still hang out with them. I love them. Yeah.
a topic that's common, and there's very divided people with this is the whole open poly different relationships models, if they work, if they don't work, and there's a very people who very strong monogamy, and then people are curious about that. So are they still together? Are they
Yeah,
still
oh yeah, they're
being open?
together. They have a kid. I think they
Wow.
go through periods. I think they are like they when they had the kid, they were more monogamous and they can kind of float in and out of
Mm,
polyamory. But I think they're
right.
back to playing with other people. And I mean, she's rediscovering her sexuality, which I think is a really big thing after having a kid.
Yeah, of course.
That's
Yeah.
like a process that most women have to go through because they sort
Mhm.
of are now like they're like, oh, I'm a caretaker now. I'm not a sexual being. My body is like for someone else's survival instead of for my pleasure. So I think she's going through that sort of rebirth transformation.
You've had three threesomes, all with couples. Wow. That
I actually lied. They're not. I didn't lie. I just misspoke. One of them was with a couple. The other one was with a one of my friends, one of my really good friends. We made an OK Cupid profile called Play Pals, and
Oh,
as
you
a
guys came
so
as a package. You guys came as a
we came in
package.
as a package. Yeah, we hooked up with one woman. We met her we were like, hey, let's meet up at the bar, and if things are cool, let's go to my house. And then we had a little play party, and then he couldn't get hard because
Because
he
he was
felt
nervous
weird.
you were watching. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah. And he felt like he couldn't perform or something. And then the other one
right.
was at Burning Man in someone's trailer. And I was
Oh,
really nervous. And then once we like kind of broke the seal, it ended up being fine.
too much dust. I couldn't
It's
get
fine.
too much
It's
dust in
fine.
Burning
Nah.
Man. Are you sure?
Yeah. Oh,
I would
yes,
need a
100% sure.
well, you guys were inside an RV, so that's
We're
at
in an
least better.
RV, baby wipes. I've had more sex at Burning Man than I think I've had outside of Burning Man.
Wow, just because it just opened and people were just fluid
It's like
and
vacation land. Everyone's like ready to party, and it's like a
drugs.
regular timetable, but like short. It's like regular life, but shortened. The timetable's much shorter because
Oh, right. There's
you're
no
only there for a week, right? So here's the thing about having sex at Burning Man. If you're not good at having sex in real life, you won't be any better at it at Burning Man
why.
because it doesn't it's not magically going to help you be successful with people.
What about the fact that you're connecting with strangers and the excitement of that spontaneity?
If you're awkward and you don't know how to move the action forward, like ask people if
Yeah.
they're single, if they want to make out, if they want to go on a
Yeah,
bike
yeah,
ride,
yeah.
if you can't do any of that, it doesn't matter that you're at Burning Man, still not going to be able to do it there.
Where do you do it? Because it just seems like an open space, like just canopies and tents and shit.
Oh, there's like a million events and they're like art projects. So people are just congregating around stuff and there's
But
dance
where do you
parties
have
and there's
sex? Are there rooms? Where do you have sex?
usually back at your camp, in your tent,
Oh,
in your
in your
trailer,
tent.
in
Okay.
there's also the orgy dome, there's the Jiffy Lube dome, there's all these like
Oh my
there's like
gosh.
sex camps that you can go to.
So another thing I've never done is Burning Man. I think I'm
You,
too old for it now. I don't think
no,
that's
you're not
yeah.
too old. You're not too
I
old.
just imagine it's dusty and just like
It's
gross
very
and
dusty.
people haven't showered. I don't know if I
People
would be
shower. They have like, portable camp showers, or your RV has water, or your camp has like a shower
yeah,
system. There's water there. People water. Yeah, there's a little French bath, baby bath, all that stuff. Baby
couldn't do it.
wipes, dude wipes.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, it's fine. It's not for everybody.
Yeah. You want to do
I gotta
one
go. I have a painter who's going to show up in like 2 minutes, but I'm down to
okay.
chat until she shows up.
Well, no, I love this episode. I love hearing, and I know listeners do. They're very curious about things like this. I've never been to Burning Man. I've never had a threesome with a couple, and the difference between that and having a threesome who's not a couple. I've never done any of that stuff, so this is really fascinating. So, my wish for you is now to experience a threesome with two women, which is of course going to be a different energy, different
Me
experience.
too.
Yeah, I
Oh,
would actually think that
John
would be
just
more.
froze.
I'm back. Am I back?
Oh, weird.
I,
Yeah.
I
Yeah, no, I want that too. I just never really wanted to do anything. I didn't really want to make it happen. I sort of wanted it to be organic.
yeah, of course. But I would sometimes think that would be more pressure. Like that would be harder to get it up with two women because there's more pressure to perform than at least with two dudes. You're like, okay, you could take one for you. You got this. I'm passing the baton because I'm not ready right now. You guys can go back.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not worried about that. Just FYI, anybody
Oh
listening.
wow, look at he's confident. He is confident. He's
Well,
ready.
no, I could use my mouth. I could use my fingers. There's so many other
Yeah,
things that I could do.
yeah,
They could please each other. There's just
yeah.
like endless combos there.
Awesome.
Toys, which we're going to talk about actually next week. I have a caller lined up. We're going to talk about
Toys.
something that I said. We're going to talk about using toys, women using toys during sex with their male partners,
Oh,
and
yeah,
the fragile ego and how to bring it up and all
yeah,
that
big
stuff. I've got a
topic.
caller
Yeah.
lined up for us.
Oh, perfect. Well, thank you for planting that seed, Shaun, and everyone. Thank you for listening. We are on episode 4, and we're having a great time.
Also, we all of these are on our YouTube channel. We can do better.
Yes, we have a
You can
YouTube
watch
channel. So if you want to see me holding up a coffee mug with a middle finger on the bottom, you can watch it on YouTube.
and me looking angry, but I'm just waiting for John, listening to John, connecting with John.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. Be well.
Love you, brother.
Bye. Love you too.
Bye.